I started rafting around 2001, but that wasn't full time. I started my training back in 2003, so sort of it's been 10 years as a full-time guide, you know. And in New Zealand, it's full-time it's all seasons. It's summer, you know. It's a full-time job back there, summer, winter, and then I just started travelling sort of in the last 5 or 6 years. Yep.
So I've been guiding since 2008, and this is my 6th season as a guide. I went from full-time for the first few years to more of a part-time status, but I'm still, you know, as much as I can be on the river. The lifestyle of a typical raft guide. Overall, you know, you get a lot of movement. People are in and out constantly, just chasing seasons around. It's a very carefree lifestyle, very on the whim at times, laid back. And I think some of the most amazing people I've come to know and met over time have been from the rafting industry.
I think the typical lifestyle of a raft guide is the outdoors.
Oh, I was going to say partying.
Oh, partying, eh?
We're like natural places, so got a day off or something, might go somewhere beautiful that we haven't been before.
Yeah, pretty much camp out
And
while
then
we're
go
working,
camping,
and then
yeah.
camp when...
Yeah, when we're not working.
Exactly.
24/7 camping.
Yeah. Camping all the way, I say.
Yeah, and camping, like if this is in my house and I spilt beer on the floor, that might be quite an issue. But now... But I think that life's simple when you're camping, and you can't get better than simple.
Yeah,
I think.
Paddle talk, but then I always prep my guests at the top of rapids. Just even at class 3, things can still happen. You know, it's rafting. It's like any other outdoor sport or activity. There's always going to be a risk, and they basically weren't listening to me. They were shouting, and I basically told them, "Hey, I need you guys to paddle. This is kind of important." And they stopped paddling, and we went into a rock, and basically what happened is we call it a dump truck, and the boat hits the rock and everybody goes out, and I somehow managed to hang on, and then the last guy popped out and I ended up back in my boat dry. And that was awesome. They were halfway down the rapid, but it wasn't that people were hurt, it was more, I think, people were scared just because it's chaotic and they weren't expecting it, and they weren't the strongest swimmers.
But here I'd say the main cause would be foot entrapment or leg entrapment or whatever, something like that. Because it is pretty shallow. The river's really shallow.
Yeah, if you're talking about the whole range of, you know, like right across the board, definitely entrapment's probably the biggest one. The ones I've seen, you know, over 10, 13 years of rafting, it's been health issues really. It's heart attacks. Yeah. You know, like who you work with, you just want to trust them, you know. Like I can go out on the river with Skippy and know if something goes down, I know he's coming for me. He's got my back, you know. Same with the other guys we work with, just world-class guides. You know. If I end up having a bad swim in that, I know a rope's coming to me eventually. You know, we're a family. We work together, we live together, we eat together. So it's a pretty cool thing, really.
Yeah.
And you know, we all have the same interest as the river and sharing it with people. And you know, you hear it a lot from. I remember you hear a lot from surfers saying that when they're out in the surf, they have a feeling of, you know, they've got no trouble, and you know, And it's sort of the same for river guides when we're out there in the river, and you know, like all the worries go away and we're just right at home. You know, it's our element.
Work together. Yeah, it's nice when you get a good
yeah
and cohesion going.
Yeah, challenging job. You know, it's a really cool job,
and it's rewarding because part of the thing about rafting, if you flip, you got to buy beers for people.
Yeah.
So if they flip and no one gets hurt, then it's always a good thing because you know they're going to be buying a few beers.
Yeah. Have a beer and chuckle later on about the day, eh?
Yeah.
Good life. It's a good life.
Sure. Yeah. Cheers to Al Moore and the New Zealand rafting.
Cheers to you, Skip.
Cheers to you, man.
I plan on continuing being a river guide for as long as I can. You know, I don't know, it is as you get older, it is a lot of, you know, it does take it out of the body. You know, you're waking up more in the morning and you're starting to feel a few aches and pains. You know.
I was always secretly a little nervous about being a guide. What if this happens, or what if I'm not good enough? I was in a place at that time that said, why the hell not? You know, I might as well do it. The opportunity's here, and took it, and there was no looking back after that, and it was the best thing that I could have ever done in my life.
Well, I think that one of the main things is people come rafting and they're there to have fun. And so, yeah, you're catching people when they're on holiday, or kids that get a day off school or whatever. They're there for a good time, and it's so cool to be able to hang out with people that just want to have fun. And we get to do it outside on a river.